Hello, welcome to sunny Carrington as Manchester United host Blackburn Rovers in the U18s Premier League North. The Reds make 3 changes to the lineup, which beat Sunderland in that thrilling FA Youth Cup game in midweek. There's a change in goal as Freddie Heath comes in for Cameron Byrne-Hughes. There's a change at the back, Dan Armour dropping out, in comes Jacob Watson, and one up front as well, with Louis Bradbury replacing Chido Obi. It's worth noting that both Dan Armour and Chido Obi played the second half of the under-21s victory at Reading last night. Also featuring in that game, Louis Bradbury off the bench and Jay McAvoy as well. So a lot of travelling for those two, but involved here this morning. As for the visitors, they are without their top scorer Valentin Joseph, but they do include the number 9 Thomas Cryer. He's second in their goal scoring ranks and a player to watch out for. Blackburn are in really good form as well. They might be mid-table in the division, but they beat Leeds 4-1 last time out, so they will be a tough test today. Right, let's hand over to your commentators. Arthur Alberson is alongside Liam Bradford.
Yeah, welcome along. A gloriously sunny Carrington Training Centre plays host to Blackburn Rovers, who are the visitors to Manchester United this afternoon. And in the last couple of weeks, we have had a couple of really glorious days at the Carrington Training Centre. Today, it's not quite cracking the flags, Arthur Alberston, but it is wonderfully sunny and beautifully still as well. And that is always a bonus when you're playing at Carrington.
Exactly, yeah. No wind as well, which is a great sort of bonus for the players as well. That's the thing that sort of throws you out a little bit.
Yeah, certainly the case, and Manchester United have fielded a very strong 11, as you've just heard Sully mentioning there. Just the 2 changes from the 3-2 win over Sunderland in the FA Youth Cup, as Jacob Watson comes in, starts at left-back in place of Dan Armour. That means that Godwill Kokonki moves just inside, plays at centre-half, one of the 2 positions that he would call his specialties. Louis Bradbury comes in up front to replace Chido Obi, but it's an under-18 side, Arthur, that have gone from strength to strength over the course of this season, and now they're really pushing Manchester City at the top of the table.
Yeah, they've been clawing back the deficit they've got there, and they're gradually getting there. They've just got to keep it going. We've watched them all season, and they've been full of goals all season since August, since it started, so hopefully they can carry that on today against Blackburn.
Yeah, absolutely the case. So the gap at the top of the under-18s Premier League North is down to just 2 points. Manchester City do have a game in hand, but they are 2 points ahead. But given that that gap was 6 or 7 points just a few weeks ago, Manchester United will be absolutely delighted that they've managed to close the gap to this point. City have scored goals for fun this season, but they've also conceded. Manchester United have the best defensive record in the under-18s Premier League North. They've conceded just 18 times in their 20 games, Arthur, which is quite unbelievable. If you're conceding at less than 1 a game, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, and they look comfortable as well at the back. I've said it week in, week out, they're the guys that get a lot of time on the ball, and their use of the ball has been excellent to supply the midfield and the forwards are ahead of them.
Just to give you an idea of how different the top 2 in the under-18s Premier League North are this season, Manchester City played 19, 46 points and a goal difference of plus 45. Manchester United 44 points with a goal difference of plus 34. Newcastle are in 3rd. They have 10 points fewer than Manchester United and a goal difference of plus 6. So there's a 28 goal difference between Manchester United and in 2nd and Newcastle United in 3rd. And it just goes to show that if you are defensively resolute and you can find the back of the net at the other end of the field, you're going to stand a really good chance of challenging at the end of the season. That's
exactly it. There's always going to be goals on the side, we know that, and it's getting spread out all over the team as well. So that's encouraging. But if the defence is solid and the keepers are sort of performing well, which has been happening all season, you've always got a chance of winning the game.
Plenty of attention for some of these Manchester United youngsters all over the place at the moment. I think for me, Noah Ajayi's goal here at Old Trafford on Wednesday evening, a real boon. It was a brilliant finish. He cuts in from the right-hand side, the German, and he just finds the bottom left-hand corner. The ball was bending away from the goalkeeper all the way through. Very talented off that left-hand side, and we've really seen him progress over the course of this last 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, he's chipping in with goals. He can pick the ball up in the halfway line, and the next thing he's ending up in the 6-yard box getting an attempt at goals like that happened the other week there. So he knows where the goals is, and he's got great feet, and he's very quick as well. So defenders are backing off because they're scared of him.
So both teams enter the field of play ahead of this under-18s Premier League North game between Manchester United and Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn down in 8th in the under-18s Premier League North, but they are having an excellent FA Youth Cup run. They played Manchester City in the semi-final. The winner of that hosts the final. Manchester United are in the other semi-final in that competition. They take on Crystal Palace. So this is a really good test for Manchester United today, Arthur, to put themselves against another side that's gone a good way in the FA Youth Cup as well.
Yeah, it's always a test against local sides from Lancashire, Blackburn. You know you're going to get a sort of difficult game against them. They come here to the training ground, they see the red shirts, and everybody wants to give sort of 10% more. But certainly, we've just got to make sure we get our jobs done right all over the pitch, and hopefully we can come out with a correct result today to keep us up there at the top.
And how do you reckon Manchester United are going to go about doing that? I mean, I say that slightly sort of tongue-in-cheek, Arthur, because they play very similarly every single week that we see them, don't they? They have a way of playing, and they try and sort of exert themselves on the game the same way every single time.
Yeah, everybody. It must be a difficult job that Darren and his coaching staff have got, because they've been playing that well, and you just say more of the same all the time. Move the ball quickly. Everybody get a touch of the ball and enjoy yourselves, really, and that's what they've been doing all season. Yeah,
and they do like to strangle the life out of teams. As soon as they get hold of the ball, Manchester United, they are reticent to give it up, and they will press and press and press all game long to really put some pressure on. Let's pick out a couple of other names that have impressed us over the course of the last few weeks. Rafe McCormack is one. He's playing as the single pivot today for Manchester United, the holding midfielder in old money, and actually he has this ability, doesn't he, to put his foot in, break up play when the opposition have the ball, and it has wonderful distribution from the base of midfield as well.
Well, you always need somebody to get you the ball back, and as I said before, if the defenders win it, the midfield players, obviously the Gabriel, Thwaites, Junior Brown out wide, they're going to sort of hopefully get chances and find the net for you. But certainly you need some midfield players that do all the sort of dirty work, if you like, winning the ball back, and McCormack's sort of adept at that.
Godwill Kokonki is the standing captain today. No Dan Armour, so Kokonki wearing the armband. It's been a really good week for Godwill Kokonki. He's been called up to the England under-17s as well. One of 3 of Manchester United youngsters that have been called up for England age group football. And he will be absolutely delighted that he gets his opportunity at that level too. And now wearing the captain's armband for Manchester United's under-18s. He's an interesting player, isn't he, Arthur? Because we've seen him play at left-back, where he's able to open up those legs and really cause problems, a powerful runner. But when he plays in the middle of the park like this, he is an imperious central defender too.
Yeah, he gets forward very well from that position, but playing central today alongside Mills, I'm sure they'll be solid like they normally are, but Kokonki's adaptable in sort of different positions. He's been done ever so well at left full-back when he's played there.
Referee making sure that we are ready to go. And we're underway in the under-18s Premier League North between Manchester United and Blackburn Rovers in the sunshine at Carrington. Not too often that we get to enjoy the clear blue skies over the Manchester United training ground. We have that today. Blackburn with the throw. United get the clearance to the edge of the penalty area. Ajayi takes over. Rolls it out to Brown. Back to Halafu. Mills. Changing goal for Manchester United today as Freddie Heath replaces Cameron Byrne-Hughes. But we have seen the game shared between those 2 goalkeepers, and both very capable. Might be tested here if Blackburn can work a way through. Lister out to the right-hand side. This is Pitt, who takes on Ajayi, gets the edge of the area, rolls it into the box, but just slightly overhit, not quite read by Thomas Cryer.
Yeah, not in the same wavelength there. Right full-back, Pitt done ever so well there.
Keep an eye on the other under-18s Premier League North games for you as we go through this one as well. We're getting to that point in the season, aren't we, where it matters what is happening in some of these other games. So try and keep you up to date with what's happening with Manchester City. They take on Burnley at Burnley today, and also keep you up to date with what's happening with Newcastle. They kick off at 12:30, so we'll get a little bit of that in towards the end of this game. Meanwhile, Yul Halafu goes back to Albert Mills. Until busy morning at the Carrington Training Centre. Multiple age group games going on. First touch of the game for one Alfie McElroy. There's a name that might ring some bells for Manchester United fans. The last signing of Sir Matt Busby, one Sammy McElroy. There's a grandchild called Alfie who plays for Blackburn. I wonder whether it's the same. Must be. I was with Sammy last night and he was excited to see his grandson playing at Carrington today. I think he's down there, so we shall keep a little eye out, see whether we can spot Mr. McElroy.
Yeah, it looks as if he's got a good physique about him.
It's one back by Blackburn in midfield. We'll keep an eye on him as the game goes on. This is McCoy. Gets the ball back from the advanced Mansbridge. That's a good ball, lifted over the top. Flag is, I was going to say the flag stayed down, it hasn't. It is a Manchester United indirect free kick for the offside.
Positive start from Blackburn Rovers coming here. Just managed to get a hold of the ball from the kickoff, really.
Mills sprays a pass out to Watson. Ajayi clips it in field, but can't return it to Watson. Trying to put some pressure on here. Blackburn on the edge of the penalty area. Lister. Jim Thwaites is impeded. Referee spots that and gives the free kick.
Yeah, ref right up with the play. Gives United a chance to break out. The referees, once the ball brought back again, to be taken from the correct area.
There's just a little bit of gamesmanship there from Mansbridge as well, who was trying to prevent the free kick from being taken quickly. The referee just trying to deal with that situation too, which he does. Referee today is Mr. Sam Parnaby. Ball is away down the right-hand side by Mills. Halafu through to McCormack. McCormack gets a toe to it and picks out Gabriel, who rides the first two challenges and turns, drives towards goal. Gabriel with a right-footed effort is just wide of the mark.
Two hefty challenges going in on Gabriel there. He got away from them. As soon as he gets in, just a quick look to see where the keeper is and where the goals are. Wasn't too far away.
Early sighter for Gabriel. Will have been a light session for Manchester United's women's team today. They take on Manchester City next weekend, I think that one is, here at Old Trafford. Tickets available for that one on the Manchester United website and app if you want to enjoy a bit of football. All in behind is all the way through to Freddie Heath. Another big game next Saturday, Arthur, against a side that you might be somewhat aware of. It's a Legends game at St Mary's, Manchester United against Southampton. A side that you came across a couple of times in your career playing for Manchester United.
Yeah, exactly right. Unfortunately, we didn't play any games at St Mary's. It was at the old Dell there,
Yeah,
which
the
was a real tight sort of affair. Really, really crammed in there. I think that helped Southampton side over the years. Lauren McMenamin's sort of teams that we came up against.
Kokonki just going to guard this one out of play. Was it a couple of cup finals as well, Arthur, against Southampton, or just the one?
I was in the squad for the Southampton game, but not playing then. Hard to watch because we dominated the game and unfortunately got beaten by a goal sort of 10 minutes from the end.
Let's hope the Manchester United legends can get the job done next weekend. You'll be able to stay across that one here on MUTV and on the Manchester United website and app as well. Meanwhile, Yul Halafu looking to put a challenge in. He's being pulled. The referee spots that. Mr. Parnaby gives Manchester United the free kick on the edge of their penalty area.
And just a little bit of tussling there, but ball bouncing. Ref right on top of it.
The ref's done well there because it's 6-1 half a dozen at the beginning of that, and then the shirt pull happens. That's a good interception. And Lister looks to get the ball forward. Kokonki strokes the pass out to Noah Ajayi. Gabriel going on the overlap. Ajayi accelerates into the space. Finds that through to Gabriel. Got Bradbury in the middle. Gabriel looking for some room. Gets the left-footed shot away. Takes a deflection on the way through, and it's a corner.
Yeah, good play again from Ajayi there, feeding Gabriel into the box. He's got one thing on his mind, can't get past the defender and get a shot off. Manages to do that, but just gets blocked, wins the corner from this left-hand side.
That was Alfie McElroy, the defender in question. I've already mentioned him, but it's a good moment. Doesn't overcommit, does he? Sign of a quality defender, not jumping in. Here's the corner. Just a bit too deep. And sails through the penalty area. Had enough whip on it from Thwaites, just a bit too much height.
Yeah, just a little bit too overhit there, just not giving the guys that have come up from the back any chance to attack that.
Manchester United 0, Blackburn 0, and start of the game has been pretty much as we anticipated, Arthur. It is two sides feeling each other out. United will be just seeing out the beginning phases of this before they can start to exert a little bit of control. Well, that will certainly be the aim. Meanwhile, Blackburn going to try and make hay themselves. This is Lister. Lister in a bit of space, looks to get it across. The final ball from Harry Lister straight to a Manchester United player. Kokonki, captain for the day. Across to Mills. Cormac takes the contact, gets it away to Halafu. Thwaites measures that ball really well into the path of Junior Brown. That's a foul, will be a free kick. Junior Brown played really well on Wednesday night in the FA Youth Cup against Sunderland. Got himself a goal for good measure, and again causing problems today for the fullback.
Yeah, once he gets going, just help to the ground there, but once he gets going and the ball out his feet, he's another one who's a little bit like Ajayi on the left, unstoppable. And good with both feet as well.
Rapid too, which helps. Ball can be played into the grass in behind. Allow him to run onto it. Jim Thwaites bends one in at the near post. Goodness me, that is not far away at all, and it needed saving from Finlay Taylor. Gets a big left hand to it and turns it round the post.
Yeah, almost caught him out there, really. Don't think the keeper was expecting that. He thinks a cross is going to come in. Try to whip that in at the near post.
Well, nearly caught Taylor out, nearly caught me out as well. Wasn't anticipating that from Thwaites. Much more regulation corner from him here, and the header comes in from McCormack, but he just gets underneath it, and it's over the crossbar.
And just coming round on that, coming back as well. Trying to adjust his feet. Just couldn't keep it down.
Just enough pressure coming from the defender too, isn't there? Short one from Taylor. United squeeze, but Blackburn are going to get themselves out of trouble on this occasion. Fred Heath, calm as you like in that situation. And then Ajayi wins the throw-in. He was under considerable pressure, the Manchester United goalkeeper, but he didn't panic.
No, signing the times for the modern game, really. Comfortable with the ball. Bung Hughes, we've seen that all season as well. Very comfortable to have it. Start off attacks.
McCormack finds Mills. Brown just tries to turn that round the corner to Halafu. It's not a bad decision from Manchester United winger. It's just slightly behind the fullback. McCormack into Gabriel. Halafu. And this is where Manchester United really show their prowess, where they've got the ball at the feet, they've wrestled control of the game. And now Noah Ajayi runs into a bit of space. There's a good crossfield ball from the German as well. It's just too far ahead of Junior Brown.
Yeah, great piece of play again, cutting his side and using his right foot. Just I think that maybe the pitch has been that watered that obviously it just took a skip there and out of play.
6 goals in 14 appearances for Ajayi for the under-18s this season. Beginning part of the season, we saw him early and then had a period where he wasn't around, and now has come roaring back into the side. McCormack. Watson. Continues his run here, Jacob Watson. Gabriel. Blocked off. Gabriel to Watson. Kokonki very wide here. McCormack just drops in, helps out his 2 centre-backs. And United have got themselves away down the right-hand side. Brown just left himself a little too much to do. McElroy. Intercepted by McCormack. And now Thwaites. Hits it back from Halafu. Gives it back to Halafu. Seeing this quite often from this Darren Fletcher side, aren't we, where Yul Halafu comes very central, actually joins up as a central midfielder from right back. Ajayi. Kokonki. Can't get away on this occasion from Thomas Cryer.
Yeah, they don't give you a minute's peace, the Blackburn forwards, trying to put the United defenders under pressure if they've got comfortable possession of the ball.
Gabriel to Ajayi.
Very congested, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Got to come out of there.
He's done really well, and Gabriel's going to escape down the left-hand side. It's brilliant from Louis Bradbury and Noah Ajayi, and now Gabriel, and now edge of the penalty area for Thwaites, and Thwaites' effort is just wide.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get out his feet quick enough there and get a decent strike on it, or a strike that he'd be happy with. Just couldn't quite get enough power on it to trouble Taylor and goals.
Really well worked from Manchester United though, wasn't it? Just as Arthur was saying, it was looking congested. Ajayi managed to tow the ball away, and then Gabriel escaping to the edge of the penalty area. It was Jimmy Thwaites in the end that couldn't quite get the shot on target. Watson. Kokonki. Out to Ajayi. Sweeps the pass out to Halafu. Good bit of skill to get himself away. Hits it back to Halafu. Got Junior Brown in front of him. Brown's going to try and get there. It's a good bit of defending in the end that Manages to clear the ball, but only as far as McCormack. And now through to Gabriel. Gabriel shifts it onto his left foot, gets the shot away, and it's just wide again.
Yeah, good positioning play again, cutting inside on his left foot there. Has a look to see where the keeper is again. Defender backs off. Good strike as well, good pace on it as well, but not enough to get inside that far post.
So difficult to deal with a player that can go either way, left foot or right foot.
That's a problem the defenders have trying to mark him there. They don't know which way he can go, and he's comfortable with either foot.
Goes left on that occasion, opens things up for his left foot after taking a right-footed effort the time previous. Blackburn just taking their time to get this throw in back in the field of play. Well, that is unsurprising to see. The Manchester United head coach out and watching age group football on a Saturday morning. Side played last night, but the boss is still here and has seen so much football, under 18s and under 21s. Him and his staff committed.
Yeah, it's great for the young lads to see that as well. The managers and his staff taking a big interest in all these young lads playing. They know if they do things right, they'll have a chance of hopefully breaking up into the next squad up, the 21s, and further up to the first team, hopefully in future.
Thwaites with the challenge, but it is cleared away by Blackburn. And a bit of a foot race on the cards here. Higgins is quick. He was held off by Watson, and it is eventually dealt with by a combination of Kakonki and the goalkeeper, Heath.
Good pass there to Thwaites to set off Alafu on that right-hand side.
Alafu's got Junior Brown outside, Thwaites inside. It is Jimmy Thwaites who just tries to step away from the challenge, and it is tidied up by Blackburn. Lister finds McCoy. Back it comes to Pitt. Brown puts in the challenge on Mansbridge, but it's Mansbridge that comes away with the ball. Low. Challenged and out of play. Making a good fist of this, Blackburn.
I was just going to say that they've sort of rode that little sort of storm and defending that they had to do, United coming back into the game, but as we reach a 20-minute mark, it's been pretty even at the moment.
Just to let you know that Burnley have taken the lead against Manchester City. 21 minutes gone in that game in the Under-18s Premier League North. Burnley 1, Manchester City 0. And that means that Manchester United, if things were to finish exactly as they are now, would make up one of the 2 points deficit that they have on top of the table, Manchester City. Out to the left and Watson. Referee with a decision to make. Goes Manchester United's way.
Good early ball from Watson there to just try and get Ajayi flying down that wing. Young McElroy coming across and getting a challenge in.
No drop, you drop it, keep dropping. Deeper, no, deeper.
Big header from Watson is thumped back the other way. Mills just gets caught. It's a little naughty from Thomas Cryer, but Mills wins the free kick. Manchester United, 6 shots so far in this game, 60% possession. We are yet to see the first shot from Blackburn Rovers. On target or off. Kokonki. Into the feet of Ajayi. It's good closing down from Harvey Higgins.
Yeah, not allowing him too much room there. Helping out his fullback.
Realised he's a bit of a danger, clearly. Problem is that this Manchester United side have got players all the way across the pitch that can hurt you. Mills, McCormack. To Junior Brown. Halafu on the run down the right-hand side, but Junior Brown just takes a minute to turn and looks to give it him back. Thwaites back out to Halafu. McCormack. Gabriel spins off the back of his man. Gabriel into the penalty area. Can he get the cross away from this point? He can. He's looking for Bradbury, but it is crucially intercepted. It was a critical bit of defending, wasn't it, to keep the ball away from Louis Bradbury.
I thought he was going to sort of hit that with his left foot. He does. We've seen him do that quite a few times from tight angles.
Mills and Cryer collide. McCormack gets a foot in too, but Blackburn keep hold of possession. Ajayi steps in, takes it away. Gabriel, edge of the penalty area. In it comes to Bradbury. Bradbury's left foot effort off the post and away.
That's so unlucky there, Bradbury. Puts his boot through that. You think that's going to burst the net, which it almost does. Just unfortunately comes back off the woodwork.
It's back with the goalkeeper, Taylor. Another excellent move forward by Manchester United. This time, it is the post that denies them. Really quick feet from Ajayi. That's probably a foul. Referee does well to play advantage. Comes through to Bradbury, and that effort ricocheting away. Clever ball from Gabriel to play him in.
Yeah, he's done everything right, just a couple inches out.
Watson to Kokonki. Mills down the right-hand side to Junior Brown. Thwaites trying to give this back to Brown, who's being held back, but he gets there to the byline. Keeps it in play too. Looks for a little bit of skill to get himself into the penalty area, but as the pass is sent, it is intercepted and cleared. Gabriel. Foul is given on Gabriel. I think the handball would have been given had the free kick not been given.
Just after it as well, yeah, the ref spotted that as well.
Good ball from McCormack to find Thwaites. Thwaites gives this to Brown. Brown into the penalty area. Gabriel looks to take over. Bradbury gets there, gets the shot in, but cleared. His left foot effort ricochets around, ends up back with Junior Brown. Thwaites. Gabriel. Out it comes to Watson, and now Ajayi. Manchester United turning the screw. Ajayi looks to get into the penalty area, shrugs off the first challenge.
Yeah, a little bit of a tug there just to put him off.
Take another look. Bursts into the penalty area. I think there's more than one, isn't there?
Yeah, a couple of tugs, but the ref stopped with the play again, right behind it. Didn't think there was anything sort of untoward there.
Mateus Cunha got a penalty for Manchester United for something not too dissimilar to that yesterday evening, although the less said about penalties for Manchester United last night, the better. I think both of us turned up this morning still smarting a little.
Well, I think there's loads of United supporters still chewing over that decision yesterday from the referee, but too late now, we've got to get on with it.
Just got to hope that it doesn't come back to haunt you at the end of the season, that. Ajayi has to play that down the line, but
Yes, I think that ball was drifting to him, it was just spinning, which puts it, looks at if he's sort of not controlled the ball right there, but the ball was spinning badly.
Blackburn still looking to find a route to goal. Haven't registered a shot on target. McElroy. Down the line. Good bit of speed from Pitt, who gets the cross in. Launched by Kokonki.
Yeah, good clearance if in doubt. Just make sure you get it out.
Well, game has been all Manchester United so far. Of the 8 shots that United have taken, though, just the 1 has been on target, and that'll be something that Darren Fletcher and Colin Little are both looking at. They want to make sure that the quality of chance that Manchester United are creating is higher as the game goes on. Corner to the back post is headed away. Thwaites comes careering out of the penalty area to get some pressure on the ball. Effort running from the Manchester United midfielder. Watson, Ajayi, comes back to Sargent. Sargent, who switched sides for Blackburn. And then the cross blocked by Watson.
Yeah, good defending again by Watson. Just made sure he stayed on his feet and didn't dive in.
Liverpool currently leading by 2-1 in the Under-18s Premier League North. That pushes them up to 3rd place in the table. Relegates Newcastle to 4th as things stand. But Sunderland do have a goal back in that game. 2-1. Sunderland side that were hard work for United. This is brilliant, through to Bradbury, edge of the penalty area. Bradbury tries to bring it under control. He's just forced off it by Kelly Quinn.
Yeah, almost just got away there. Just needs to get that out of his feet and get away from the defender, but unfortunately just stayed behind him a little bit.
Well, half an hour gone, Arthur. First half has been an intriguing encounter, hasn't it? But Manchester United just edging it.
Well, they've settled down after the first sort of 5-10 minutes of the game, but Blackburn's unable to sort of force their way forward to get any sort of attempts on goal to trouble Heath. Good defending by the 2 centre-backs again to keep everybody at bay.
Chance for Blackburn maybe here. Forced backwards though. Pitt back to McElroy. McElroy again. He wants to try and get his side forward. Sees an opportunity to dart into a gap. Cryer's cross straight into the hands of Heath.
Yeah, good communication from Heath there, letting everybody know that he's coming for it.
Bradbury. Ajayi. Watson to Kokonki. United trying to move the ball through midfield, but again it's Blackburn that are just making life a little tricky. Ajayi, Watson on the overlap. Ajayi comes in field, clear pull of the shirt again. The referee has had to give a fair few free kicks already in this game.
Yeah, I think they've been a little bit sort of scared of Ajayi if he gets that ball out his feet and gets running.
That is Not a bad effort at all, is it? From your Halafu.
Yeah, caught that sweetly. Keeper had to make sure he got something on that to get it over the bar and away.
Was well hit from the fullback. I was just glancing down to see how many fouls there'd actually been. Meanwhile, your Halafu's trying to catch me out. This is into the penalty area, or attempted to be put into the penalty area by Jim Thwaites. It's behind for another corner. The answer to the question is 9 fouls given away by Blackburn in 30 minutes, 1 given away by Manchester United.
Yeah, well, that tells you everything, really. They've been overworked, really, and if you keep doing that and keep running at people, you'll get your rewards.
Good ball in at the near post is cleared away. Gabriel is caught. Maybe a chance for a counter-attack and a 2-on-2 situation here. Real opportunity for Cryer. Just overplayed, wasn't it? I'm not sure that that's touched the the Manchester United player. I think it's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, Halafu made a great strides to get back there and had it covered, I think, anyway.
The effort from Junior Brown as well.
That's why he's looking at the linesman at the far side to say, I've not touched that.
Well, it is going to be a corner.
Linesman must have seen differently.
I'm not sure the referee, Mr. Parnaby, knew one way or the other. Was looking for a little bit of help from the assistant on the near side. Here is the delivery. Gabriel looking to run it clear. Ajayi looking to help out. It's really clever from Noah Ajayi. Just turns to give himself a bit of space. Everybody really happy to receive the ball, even in tight situations. Ball down the line is just too far advanced of everyone, and it's out of play for a throw-in.
Yeah, they've done well to work themselves out of a tight area there to get out that right-hand side. Just unfortunately overhit that pass.
Here is the clearing throw-in from Blackburn. Hoisted into midfield again. Brought down by Watson. Slightly heavy touch allows Blackburn a chance again. Cryer. Cryer's cross. Heath's hands.
Yeah, he's not had much to do at all, Heath, but he certainly came out and grasped that quite confidently.
Last couple of crosses we've seen from that right-hand side have just been a little too close to Fred Heath. McCormack, Brown, Halafu. Back to McCormack. Back to the left-hand side. It's a little physical in midfield. Gabriel. Plays it back to Mills. Thwaites. Brown. Taking on the fullback, Ethan Lowe. Goes on the outside. Good feet from Junior Brown. Good recovery tackle comes in from Lowe.
Yeah, and the tackle actually came off Brown at the end. Unfortunately, the linesman was right close to that.
It's a good challenge, isn't it, from Ethan Lowe? After Junior Brown had got away from him. Blackburn again just taking their time over the restart. I think just trying to knock Manchester United out of the rhythm that they are trying to build. Watson gets there, but can't bring it under control. It's out for a Blackburn throw. Pitt into the channel. Misses out there, Jimmy Thwaites, and United have got some work to do. Brilliant bit of defending from Mills, backed up ably by Freddie Heath, and the ball is behind for a corner.
Yeah, he needed that, Mills, as well. Stayed on his feet, made sure he didn't dive in.
I think it's Mills that gets the final touch to it, but even if he hadn't, I think Heath, right behind him, got it covered off as well. And the pressure from Blackburn forcing the error, but Manchester United atoning for it.
Yeah, Jimmy Thwaites just getting caught there a little bit on his heels.
Cleared away. Maybe an opportunity coming here. The ball is slid through, and then a clearance from Sargent that is wayward as well, gives Manchester United a corner.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing. Another chance there, maybe just to capitalise on a lot of Blackburn players still up the pitch from that attack.
Here's the Thwaites delivery. Headed goalwards by Ajayi, but just deflects away. He's going to be collected on the dead ball line. Gabriel drills the pass in low, deflects all the way through the area. Thwaites. It's a good cross again. Chance maybe for Gabriel, well blocked on the line. Kakonki looks to get the right-footed shot away. Cleared, hit towards goal again, cleared again. And somehow Blackburn survive.
2 or 3 attempts here. Everybody throwing their bodies on the line there to keep that ball out of the net. I thought for sure it was going to be the first goal.
I think Manchester United thought that it was going to be the first goal about three different times. Somehow it was bodies on the line stuff from Blackburn Rovers. Out to Brown. Halafu in support. Brown to Halafu. Gets the shot in, too close to the goalkeeper, Taylor.
Right idea, just a little bit too close to the keeper. Just try to hit that in with his right foot and bend it away from the keeper.
One back though by United. Halafu. It's a stretching interception. Comes in from McCoy. Conky pulled back. Referee gives the free kick. Been an awful lot of that in midfield over the course of this game. Here's that scramble again in the penalty area. One for Gabriel. Kakonki checks back, gets a shot in. Falls there for Bradbury. Bradbury thinks he's going to get another bite, so 3.
Couldn't quite clear the ball, and United were right in there. Just unfortunately, just couldn't get away from the 5 or 6 Blackburn defenders.
Ajayi keeps that in. No, he doesn't. Well, I didn't think that had gone out of play.
Assistant ref must have X-ray eyes further down this line.
Not convinced that that ball is totally over the line. But the assistant referee was. I think Ajayi a little frustrated as well. Watson clips the header out of play. Must be a nice day at Carrington. There's plenty of shorts and t-shirts on show. Spectators down here.
Grass getting watered on the other pitch.
Beautiful sunny day. I think I've just spotted Mr. McElroy, who is down on that touchline that we've just been looking at, where the throw-in is being taken. Junior Brown Here watching his grandson, of course, Alfie McElroy playing centre-back for Blackburn today. McCormack, so strong in the challenge, just outnumbered in the end. Well, his flag has gone up. I was going to say the flag stayed down again. The whistle was late in coming. Did look like he'd gone too soon. Tyler Mansbridge is eventually ruled offside.
Yeah, it always looks obvious when you see somebody running straight through like that. There's got to be a flag up.
Mills. Thwaites. McCormack looks to wriggle free from Lister. Gabriel wants to give and go with Bradbury. It's a good challenge from Halafu. Thwaites. Halafu to McCormack. Comes out to Watson. Watson's ball towards Gabriel is intercepted by McElroy. McCoy. Back to Kelly Quinn. And now the goalkeeper, Taylor. Ajayi checks his shoulder, realises he needs to drop off 2 or 3 yards. Allows Blackburn to play the pass down the right-hand side. Cryer has beaten Kakonki to that. Watson can't get to him. Cryer's going to have a go. Just gets a little big on him. Maybe gets a little high bounce, and he gets underneath it. Sides it wide.
Yeah, it would have been a bit more comfortable for him if he's tried to open the goals up and hit that with his left foot. He's tried to sort of side foot that in from there, which I doubt if he'd have beat Heath from there with a right foot shot.
Meanwhile, other end of the field, and Brown gets the byline, looks to get the cross in, too close to the keeper, Taylor. McCormack. Halafu. Backheel from Thwaites is intercepted. Too much on that. The offside flag was going to go up anyway. Referee's not going to add any time at the end of the first 45 minutes. Manchester United dominant, 64% possession, 9 shots, 2 on target, but unable to challenge the scorers in the opening 45 minutes. Hopefully goals coming in the second period at Carrington, but half-time here, Manchester United 0, Blackburn Rovers 0.
Right wing corner now from United is going to be put into the penalty area by Bruno Fernandes. Every player in and around the penalty area. Outswing and delivery. Header comes in! And it's in the back of the net! And guess who? Casemiro from a corner gives Manchester United the lead. The Brazilian does it again. 7th Premier League goal of the season. And it's one that puts United in front. How big could that be in the race for the Champions League? United 1, Villa 0.
My dad was a United fan, so he brought me up as a United fan as well, and it was always my dream, even when I was a young kid in the East End of London. All I ever wanted to do was play for Man United. Started playing for Ridgeway Rovers when I was 7 or 8, I think.
Right from when he was 7, we used to have a little sandy side, and it was just enjoyment. It was just thoroughly enjoyable watching him play. Obviously, when your son gets on, it's even more enjoyable.
I used to seem to take all the free kicks, so I used to be able to whack the ball quite far. But like the free kicks when I was younger, I just used to whack them and they used to go over the keeper's head because they were so little.
And then once I obviously became a fan of Man United at a really young age, I then wanted to play for them. And I always thought it was going to be impossible because I lived in London, because I played in London. I never thought that I'd ever be seen.
Welcome back to Carrington. Goalless between Manchester United and Blackburn Rovers at a half that was full of chances really for United in terms of getting themselves into positions to take shots, but nothing really to trouble the goalkeeper Finn Taylor over the course of the opening 45 minutes. Arthur, what did you make of it?
Well, United have had good possession, dominated most of the play. Unfortunately, they never took the lead where Bradbury smashed that shot against the post. Surprised Taylor hitting his near post, but certainly they've been on top. They just need to get that all-important first goal, which is usually the most difficult to get.
Right, here are the stats from the game so far, and as I was saying, 64% possession for Manchester United, but the next bit is the important one. 11 shots for the Reds, 2 of which have been on target, or 9 shots there, 2 on target, and unfortunately, Arthur, they haven't quite managed to generate enough shots on target to really trouble the keeper.
No, they haven't, but they've certainly dominated the play, and they just need that, as I say, that all-important first goal. Usually when you get the first one, the game opens up a little bit, but they've just got to keep pegging away and try to get that all-important goal. Yeah,
looking a bit further down the stats, the other thing to point out is that Blackburn have been fouled. They have given away 11 fouls in the first 45 minutes. Manchester United have given away just the 1, and that probably goes to show that Blackburn are desperately trying to keep hold of United, who are trying to get themselves up the field.
Yeah, being overworked, and they're asked to make so many tackles, and eventually, hopefully, one will come our way and we can get that important goal.
Let's take a look at how the first half went. So this is the first free kick for Thwaites, who whips it in at the near post and nearly caught everybody out.
Yeah, he's capable of doing that. He has a look as if he's going to cross it, but no, he's trying to beat the keeper at the near post.
Next opportunity came here, and it's a lovely run here from Gabriel. Picks out Thwaites, and Thwaites' right foot effort just wide.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get it out his feet in front of him and hit it with the power that he was hoping for.
Well, Manchester United did find a way through on a couple of occasions, just unable to really challenge the goalkeeper. This was brilliant from Ajayi, who managed to win this, and then Gabriel puts himself in a good position to feed it through. The post got in the way on that occasion.
Yeah, he's done everything right there. Bradbury gets the ball out his feet, gets a strike off, unfortunately just can't get it down to beat the keeper, comes off the post.
Not far away at all. Next one was Yul Halafu, and that is a really good effort, forcing a good save too.
Yeah, he gets that out his feet, has a look, see where the keeper is, and the keeper does well to sort of get that away from the goal.
And then came the scramble in the penalty area. The ball is all the way through the box. Jim Thwaites is able to put it back in, and then there are 3 United players in a row, Arthur, that have a pop but can't score. Yeah,
it looked like there was going to be a goal there from Gabriel, then Kukonke, then Bradbury's dropped on his left foot. They all get blocked. Plenty of yellow shots there defending.
Yeah, you can see again 3 chances, 1 from Gabriel, and then Kukonke can't quite squeeze it through, and it looked like it was going to fall for Bradbury in the end. Bodies on the line from Blackburn Rovers, the difference between the two sides. So, Manchester United 0-0 against Blackburn Rovers. Elsewhere today, kicking off at midday, Manchester United's women are taking on Everton at the Progress with Unity Stadium, and Zara Connolly's watching along.
Sunny Progress with Unity Stadium here. I think everyone's got the sunnies out, that's for sure. It's going to be a big game today in the WSL. You're going to want to tune in to the official YouTube channel for Manchester United's women's team. We're taking on Everton, and this is going to be an interesting fixture because I've got the team news here, and there's a few big players missing for Manchester United. One of them, Dominic Janssen, Ellen Vangerheim and Jade Riviere. So there's been a bit of a reshuffle that's been going on in our lineup. It looks like Fridolina Rolfo is going to be a left back. We've also got Hannah Lundqvist on the right, and in between that, replacing Dominic Janssen, Millie Turner will be alongside Maya Letitia. So that will mean that then Simi and Lisa Nelson will be able to push on, and we will have the attacking threat, of course. You know they'll always produce some magic. Melvin Mallard, Jess Park and Elizabeth Turlin. So it's going to be a huge game today. As I said, as well as when you're on the official YouTube channel for Manchester United women's team, you can watch the game live, every single bit of it. Plus, in between half-time, you can even go into the channel, have a look at some of the latest videos. There's even a Paint Your Mate feature that is phenomenal to go and see. It's a good job, they're great footballers, because definitely the paintings are interesting, to say the least. Let us know in the comments what you're thinking. But before all that, we do have a great little video to show you, because if you're picking your all-time 11, you want some expertise, don't you? Well, we've had some of our longest standing season ticket holders get the opportunity to sit alongside the biggest red ever, Gary Neville, to talk about it. So take a look at them reminiscing.
Right, Don. It's better when you see him, isn't it?
We'll try to choose our all-time English 11. I think we're going to try and go for 4-4-2 on all the teams, because it wouldn't be fair.
I should go in now, really, shouldn't I? Huh? Did I hear my name mentioned? Did I hear my name mentioned then? Who are you?
We're just asking if your dad had made it in the England 11.
Have you got Steve Bruce on there?
We've started.
There's no Brucey or Michael Owens.
No, but you still have to have Steve Bruce on there, don't you?
Should we start?
I'll go quiet when you select the right back. Yeah, let's see the manager first. We're going Ron Atkinson.
Jason usually decides that at home and then tells us.
No.
Who's the right back in the Busby Babes then? Bill played more games than me.
Yeah, but very few of these.
He's 4 and I'm 5. Who are the top 3?
Giggs.
Giggs?
Yeah, Bobby.
You're not supposed to answer these. Scholes. Well done. So we've got right back. Who are we going with?
Right.
Oh, they're so nice.
This is. I thought this would be the biggest part of the row, actually.
They're so nice.
It's clearly not.
Anybody got an alternative? Where's Brown? Yeah, excellent.
One killer season.
Who's voting for me? Oh, not many. Yeah, I think I've just won it.
Yeah. Some of the lads that didn't go up then.
We'll go left back now. I think I might have a chocolate.
So we got two.
Should we have a hot chocolate break while we're
two contenders.
Rio and Styles. Well, it depends on what Jason said. It's the balance.
One controversial thing at the end. Oh.
I don't think you can do that, United.
Let's put Nobby in. We have to put Nobby in.
So Tom's actually brought Duncan Edwards' shirt.
Wow. When people talk about Duncan Edwards, they talk about him being a giant and a man. How small is that shirt? Well, that's either shrub. It must be done. That shirt, really, I mean, look at that. I'm no giant, I'm like, look at me. Well done, everybody. It's great to see you, and I hope I can come down again and spend some time with you, because it's good fun. It's brilliant to actually listen to you all talk about United and the players that you've watched, the experiences that you've had. It's amazing. So well done to you all. Brilliant. Well done. Well done.
Nothing better than getting together and talking about United at any age. Absolutely joyful. So, Manchester United currently locked level at 0-0 with Blackburn Rovers in the opening 45 minutes. But they have been the better side of the two, and they're just now going to have to try and find a way to break down what has been a resolute defensive performance from Blackburn Rovers, just putting bodies on the line, Arthur.
That's all they've done, and we've just got to hope that we can start off the second half similar to the first, and surround him with sort of red shirts, and eventually you get that all-important first goal.
Michael Carrick watching on from the sidelines of the under-18s pitch, and we mentioned in the first half just how engaged him and his first team coaching staff have been with coming and watching some of the academy football that Manchester United are playing, and it's good for the players, it's good for the first team staff to be aware of what's going on, and it's really good for the fans to see a head coach that is so engaged with what's happening all the way through the football club. So really good to see Michael Carrick there. And really unfortunate last night, Manchester United, to not come away from the Vitality Stadium with all 3 points. And again, we're sat here talking about refereeing decisions and deciding a game that potentially didn't deserve to be decided by refereeing decisions. It was a brilliant game of football, end-to-end stuff. Both teams really giving it a go, and unfortunately, the big black cloud overhead was the decisions made by the officials, and that's a real shame, Arthur.
Yeah, some games we watched this season and you're sort of biting your nails a bit. Last night I felt comfortable watching that, especially in the first half. I thought we deserved to be a goal up. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it because they got a little bit more reorganised. Bournemouth came out the second half and looked a different side.
Absolutely the case. Georgi Petrovic had a really good first half, and that was the difference. The Bournemouth keeper, certainly the save from the Bruno Fernandes effort. Ball floated across by Diogo Dalot to Bruno Fernandes, and Fernandes right foot on the volley, controlled volley low, and he was scrambling to get back across Petrovic, and it just hit a trailing left foot and kept it off the line. And that was the real big chance for United in the first 45, and then, as we say, the second half overshadowed by decisions, things not going the way that they should have gone. But not a lot we can do.
At least we're playing a lot better than we did in the first half of the season, and the players look comfortable and happy with what they're doing.
Manchester United's women are underway against Everton. That is available for you on the Manchester United Women's YouTube channel if you'd like to head over there and second screen that. You can have two on the go, the under-18s with Arthur and I, and you can get YouTube up and running on your device and keep an eye on what's happening with Mark Skinner's side, who are looking to get back to winning ways in the WSL. Tough League Cup final, wasn't it, for them against Chelsea? Trying to break into that elite bunch of teams that have won that competition, and there's not many of them. I think only City, Chelsea and Arsenal have won the League Cup. Manchester United were looking to break into that, couldn't do it against their nemesis at the moment, Chelsea, and then a draw in the WSL. So a win today against Everton would get Mark Skinner's side back to winning ways and challenge him for Champions League football again next season. That being said, Bayern Munich this week for Manchester United's women. First leg of two gets underway on Wednesday, so make sure you keep an eye on the Manchester United website and the official app to keep up to date with what's happening as Manchester United go again in the Champions League. Really looking forward to seeing how they get on. It's been a brilliant campaign for them so far in Europe, their first inaugural season in the competition proper. So look, stranger things have happened. Get past Bayern Munich and all of a sudden you're dreaming again, aren't you? And Mark Skinner and Manchester United Women's European Tour continuing this week on MUTV. Right, so we're not going to be far away from getting this second half underway. Players are back out going through those warm-up routines that we see just before the second half gets underway. And you do feel, Arthur, that when United have moved the ball quickly, they have been more dangerous, and that has come quite often down either wing. And two of the three that you can see in your screen there, Ajayi on the right, Junior Brown on the left, giving United some real width and pace. Yeah,
they're the two players, the front two there, that can just get you round the back of Blackburn's defence. Junior Brown and Ajayi there, number 11. If we can get the ball out to them a little bit quicker, a little bit earlier, and give them a little bit more time to get running at the Blackburn defence, and hopefully we can get on the score sheet.
Certainly. Told you I'd keep you up to date with what was happening elsewhere. Half-time in 4 of the 5 games being played in the Under-18s Premier League North. Burnley still leading Manchester City by a goal to nil. That's a big one for Manchester United. Derby nil, Stoke City nil. Manchester United and Blackburn locked level here at goalless at Carrington. Middlesbrough nil, Leeds United 1. And Sunderland have come from 2-0 down to level things up against Liverpool 2-2 in that game. The Liverpool-Sunderland game and the Burnley-Manchester City game have a real impact on what's happening around Manchester United in the Under-18s Premier League North table. So as it stands, with City trailing by a goal to nil and Manchester United level with Blackburn, United reduce the gap to the top of the table to just a point. Newcastle United would be in third by a single point. Their game gets underway at 12:30 this afternoon. So Darren Fletcher's side, if they could find themselves a goal and things were to stay the same in the Manchester City game, could find themselves top of the table by the close of play today. So that would be exciting for this young under-18 side, and maybe just an extra little bit of motivation going into the second half, Arthur.
Yeah, that's the carrot, really. I don't think we'll be over-emphasising it too much, but the main thing is that if the players play well, you get your rewards, and they've certainly done well enough in the first half, and hopefully they'll keep that going in the second, create chances for the strikers and midfield players, and hopefully get that first goal that can open the floodgates a little bit.
We've said this the last couple of weeks. Arthur's absolutely right. It is very much about development of footballers at this stage of their young careers, but equally they are competitive individuals, and they'll be aware of their league position, and that will be a little thought in the back of their head, as well as trying to become the best football players they can become. They would very much like to be winning things as well. Through to the semi-finals of the FA Youth Cup, into the final of the League Cup as well, the Under-18s, and challenging at the top of the table. Sammy McElroy, there he is. What a scarf that is, Sammy. Absolutely sensational. I'm not sure a scarf was required. It's absolutely cracking the flags at Carrington this afternoon, but there he is. Was some footballer, wasn't he? During his Manchester United career, Arthur.
Yeah, played alongside him for many years. Silky with both feet, really. I still see a lot of him at the home games.
And occasionally I get to work alongside him as well, as I was last night. Really good to see Sammy McElroy, one of life's good people as well. Good footballing career, had a decent managerial career as well. International football with Northern Ireland too. Got some tales to tell from some World Cup trips, let me tell you. You ever get in a room with Sammy McElroy, ask him about a couple of those World Cup trips he did. Mexico in particular is one that he tells a couple of fantastic tales about. We've got Manchester United back. We are waiting on Blackburn. This has been something of a feature in recent weeks, where we have had extended half-time breaks. The referee is in the centre circle, so I'm not quite sure who's going to give Blackburn the hurry up to get out of the dressing rooms.
We've just got to take that as a compliment, that's taken them a lot longer at half-time to sort out all, hopefully, the problems that they've had.
Certainly the case. I told you I'd continue to keep you up to date. Liverpool were leading by 2-0 against Sunderland. They're now trailing by 3-2. Middlesbrough have equalised against Leeds as well in the Under-18s Premier League North. What an astonishing league it is to watch. Never over. Can be 2-3-0 up in the first half, and you never know what's going to happen as you go through the second period. Well, here they come. Better late than never, I suppose, but they are extraordinarily late back out here. Bearing in mind that the game kicked off at 11 o'clock. We had 45 minutes with no time added on at the end, and it's now approaching 12:10. You can see how long the half-time interval has been. Apparently we now need to have a little bit of a warm-up as well, because the extended half-time interval cooled everybody down somewhat. United have been out for maybe 4 or 5 minutes here, waiting for Blackburn. Are we going to have change as well, potentially, for Blackburn Rovers? She'll let you know. And still, we wait for the game to get back underway. Mind games. Louis Bradbury gets us started in the second period. 0-0 between United and Blackburn. Under-18s Premier League North game from a gloriously sunny Carrington training centre. Mills to Thwaites. Out to Halafu. Cuts in field, being marshalled by Jaden Sargent. Kukonki. Pushed out to Brown. McCormack. Mills. Heath. Goalkeeper just surveying what's in front of him, releases this to Kukonki. Tries the big switch, it's gone over the head as well and very nearly falls to Junior Brown. Offside flag has gone up against the Manchester United man.
Yeah, it seemed to take a big bounce or a skid there. It almost carried through to Brown, coming in from that right-hand side.
Obviously gone just a little too soon, Junior Brown. Taylor, the keeper. Kelly Quinn, out to Lister. Mills does well to win the foot race against Sargent. Kukonki, dispossessed, dangerous area. Shot is well saved. Didn't have quite as much power behind it as Mansbridge would have liked. Heath down well to it.
Yeah, it took a little bit of a deflection as well, but Heath had his whole body behind that and the ball was going nowhere.
Blackburn have started the second half with a bit between their teeth. Trying to keep that press high. Out of play for a United throw-in. Thwaites is being pressured. Chance maybe falling in the penalty area here. Heath plays the pass away. We have had a change, so Levi Ball is onto the field for Blackburn Rovers. Halafu loses out. Chance maybe for Sargent, who bends one goalwards, but just can't get enough bend on that to tuck it into the top corner. Ends up flashing wide.
Not a bad effort. I think Heath had that covered all the way there. I wasn't really panicking about it.
Laddie's looping. Heath watches it onto the roof of the net. It'll be a Manchester United goal kick.
It just shows you they've come out the second half, Blackburn, not allowing United to settle on the ball. Heath gets a little bit fortunate there. The block comes in, goes over the crossbar. He's got to be a little bit careful.
Watson. It is Higgins that's made way to be replaced by Ball. Higgins, just a confirmation. Harvey Higgins has left the field and Levi Ball on to replace him. We've had a scrappy start to the second half. Goal kick's taken. Fired out to McCormack. Watson to Kukonki. Mills to Halafu. Sliding challenge comes in from Sargent. Manchester United will be looking at the high press coming from Blackburn here and wondering whether, if they can get through it, whether there is an opportunity to be had at the other end of the field. Step one, get through that press of Blackburn Rovers. And Watson's cushioned control ends up screwing out of play. Can't find Kukonki and just puts his side under a smidgen of pressure.
Yeah, it gives Blackburn a chance to push everybody up from the halfway line.
Save from Heath is cleared away by Mills. And now Bradbury looking to get on the end of this. He's done really well, Louis Bradbury, to get under the bouncing ball. Drives towards the dead ball line. Can he keep it in? He does.
Yeah, he needs some support, which is arriving now.
Watson. Ajayi finds a bit of room to wriggle into. Thwaites. Ajayi's definitely caught on the edge of the area, but the referee has allowed play to continue. Kukonki. Closed down quickly by Tyler Mansbridge. Ball's out of play, just in front of the Blackburn technical area. Comes across to Albert Mills. Brown. Thwaites. McCormack allows that to run across his body, then stabs a pass back to halfway. United just about wrestling some control. And as I say, that curse of the commentator, Kukonki's pass is intercepted and cleared.
Yeah, we've just got to get the ball hopefully out to the wide men and get them involved more.
That's a good touch from Brown to Halafu. Halafu looking to get it back in the middle, falls to Gabriel. Gabriel quickly onto it, turns one way and the other, gets pulled down in the penalty area, and the referee gives the penalty. And Gabriel's clever turn on the edge of the 18-yard box draws the foul, and the referee points to the penalty spot.
Yeah, he's twisting and turning as soon as that ball comes to him in the box. A little bit of a clumsy challenge. Ref right on top of it again. Hesitates, and well, no hesitation rather, to give United a chance to get that first goal.
Well, 12 yards the distance. What can Manchester United conjure up here? Gabriel with 20 goals in his 22 under-18s appearances stands over the penalty, strokes it home, and Manchester United lead by 1-0. Gabriel from the penalty spot, deadlock broken, United 1, Blackburn 0.
Yeah, comfortable again. What you expect from him. He's had a couple of shots, but strokes in that penalty, giving Taylor no chance.
No nonsense penalty from Gabriel. As soon as it was down, whistle went, started his run up, opened up his body, put it into the bottom right-hand corner. That is good penalty from Gabriel to give Manchester United a 1-0 lead and his 21st goal in all competitions this season.
Yeah, good play by Kukonki there, not panicking.
might just force a little bit more room for Manchester United. Blackburn now going to be forced to go for this. Referee's playing advantage for that challenge from McCormack. In it swung. That's a really good cross. And Cryer was trying to get on the end of it. Comes all the way through the area.
I don't know whether Halaf has just put enough on the challenge in there to just put him off or be in his eyesight. Decent ball in.
Clearance to the edge of the box is not as convincing as it could have been. And then the pass is given away. Gabriel. Got runners as well. Finds Brown. Little step over from Brown and then caught by Kelly Quinn. Referee with a decision to make here. That is a cynical foul from Leon Kelly Quinn.
Yeah, just beaten for pace there.
He has gone in the book. I thought that might be the case. He knew he was in a spot of bother, didn't he, Kelly Quinn? If he'd have let Junior Brown get any head of steam up. Short one, given back to Thwaites. Thwaites loops up the cross, takes a bit of a deflection and safely into the hands of Finlay Taylor. Now it's Manchester United's turn to squeeze. Ball is in behind and Mills is trying to get back here to Mansbridge. Does so. Mansbridge looks to get the cross in against the shins of Mills, and behind it goes for a corner.
Yeah, one end of the field to the other. Blackburn wasting no time getting that ball forward.
Really quick on the transition, weren't they? Manchester United 1, Blackburn Rovers 0. The Gabriel penalty giving United the lead, but a corner at the opposite end. Too deep, and we'll go out of play for a Manchester United goal kick.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few big defenders a bit disappointed with that, having trooped all the way up the field to hopefully get on the end of something. Nevertheless, nothing comes from it.
Bit of head tennis in midfield, but it is Blackburn that escaped down the right-hand side. Low cross comes in from Lister. Rolled away, only as far as the substitute ball. And now Sargent. Sargent twisting and turning, manages to keep hold of possession. Mansbridge can't do the same. Ajayi tries to run it away. Look how many players are committed forward here from Blackburn Rovers, trying to force something inside the Manchester United penalty area. That's 8 of 11 that are inside the final third.
A lot of the players up the field again. Obviously they've said something at half-time about trying to get back into this game.
Gabriel is caught by ball. Referee allows play to continue. It's brought down by Bradbury. Cleared away. Mills in a foot race again with striker Cryer. Wins that foot race. It was a bit of a late connection, wasn't it, with Gabriel, but the referee allowed play to go.
Yeah, still feeling it a little bit, he's just trying to shake it off.
Kokonki forward to Thwaites. Thwaites caught. There's been 3 or 4 fouls now from Tyler Mansbridge. Can't imagine he's going to get too many more before the referee has to fish in the pocket for the yellow card, Arthur.
Well, we let a few things go in the first half, which is fair enough. I think you don't get too many chances because he's right up with the play all the time, the referee.
Thwaites. Mills manages to get there, prevents any problems occurring. Out it comes to McCormack.
Yeah, he's done well there. Lets it run across his body and turns. Yeah, he's had a good game, McCormack. Middle of the park there, just keeping things moving.
Alafu. A couple of changes being readied for Manchester United. Crunching challenge in midfield. Good pass, finds Alafu. Brown lifts in the cross towards the back post, headed away. Mansbridge can't get there. Alafu and Brown take over again. Down, being pulled. And then the free kick is given. And it's Mansbridge again who has given away the free kick.
You've said that a few times. You've got to be careful, otherwise the ref will do something.
I think that's 5, maybe 6 free kicks that he's given away. More on that in a minute, because I think the changes are on the way. That is Kai Rooney on the right and Jay McAvoy on the left. First change is Watson to leave the field. Watson to be replaced by McAvoy. And Rooney coming onto the field too, replaces Louis Bradbury. Rooney, who has also had a bit of a game time for the under-16s on one of the other pitches. Not the first time that we've said that about Kai Rooney. On he comes for the final half an hour here. Good ball to the back post and lifted onto the roof of the net.
Yeah, Kukonke wasn't far away from just getting on the end of that, just a little bit too high. Come flying in there, couldn't quite make any contact in the end.
Mansbridge brings the ball away. Clips off Ajay and out of play for a throw-in. Ball bouncing around in midfield. Mansbridge brings it away. Mills is in another foot race here, not for the first time. Heath launches the clearance.
Yeah, just a ton of pace. Mills just went into another gear there to get that ball back to Heath.
Had to do that a couple of times against Cryer, hasn't he?
Yeah, keep him on his toes.
McAvoy, calm as you like. So McAvoy's inclusion means that Kukonke has gone out to left back. Brown finds Rooney. Rooney shot, squeezes underneath the goalkeeper and gives Manchester United a second. Doubles the lead. Manchester United 2, Blackburn Rovers 0. Kai Rooney.
Does well there as he sort of that cross comes in from Brown. Doesn't take too many chances to have a control with his right foot. Beats the keeper. Keeper won't be happy with that. He's had a good game, Taylor, but this one he'll be disappointed with. But nonetheless, Rooney gets that all-important goal just coming off the bench. Get United that important second goal.
Yeah, that's not one that Finlay Taylor's going to want to see back all that often, but as we often say, can't win the lottery without buying a ticket. Rooney does exactly that. And immediately looking to charge one down as well. All energy, opening couple of minutes from Kai Rooney. Bouncing ball in midfield, he's headed away. Jay McAvoy on an all action as well. Shot comes in, he's going to be wide of the mark. So we have had a bit of a reshuffle. So just to give you an idea of what's going on, Halafu remains at right back. Kokonki has gone to left back. McAvoy's gone into central midfield. Rafe McCormack is now playing at centre back alongside Mills. So the back four, Halafu, McCormack, Mills and Kokonki. McAvoy is the holding midfielder. And then Brown, Thwaites, Gabriel, Ajayi and Rooney. Kokonki. Lovely turn from Kokonki, but runs into a second challenge there, and it is Blackburn that have possession back. Clearance from Halafu. Brought down by Gabriel. Swept into the path of McAvoy. Kokonki. Jai looks to flick that round the corner, gets a little lucky with the bounce, keeps hold of the ball for United. Heath allows that to run. McCormack, good starting position. Blackburn are making life awkward. That is handball from Kokonki.
Yeah, just bounced up awkwardly there.
Not making life easy, are they, Blackburn Rovers?
No, they get people forward. They've certainly had a sort of remit at half-time to try and get yellow shirts forward as quickly as they can. But that quick goal from Rooney coming on just hopefully will settle United down a little bit.
Formation for Blackburn's like a... Ball is in, 1 second. It's like a 1-4-6 at the minute. Everybody's just launched and pushed up to the edge of the penalty area. Halafu. It's the ball away to Rooney. Rooney got Ajayi in front of him. Sends it down the left. Ajayi bursts into the penalty area again. Referee says there is a pull of the shirt of Noah Ajayi and gives the free kick on the edge of the box.
Yeah, just as that tackle came in, he's not had a chance to, in the second half, to sort of get motoring on that left-hand side. He's been very tight again.
Well,
eagle-eyed the ref with the pull of the shot, I think, yeah.
Archie McCoy got his hands over his face like the decision is an absolute shocker, and 2 seconds earlier has got hold of Noah Ajayi's shirt right between the numbers. Here is the delivery from Thwaites, stabbed away. Ajayi. Excellent feet from Ajayi. Again, he is penalised, and this time the card does come out of the pocket of the referee. And I think that's Jayden Sargent that has been penalised. It is. And I think that is just a totting up, really. And I know that Sargent hasn't been too involved in any of the fouling that's been happening, but he is an unlucky recipient on that occasion.
You can't have any complaints there. Just took the legs off Ajayi there, as it was just sort of dancing between two or three of them.
Well, Sam Parnaby, the referee, has tried to let as much as he can go. It's just the second yellow card that we've seen in the game. Free kick is for United on the corner of the penalty area. Well, this is Jim Thwaites' territory, no doubt about that. Two options for him here, to either deliver or to have a go. And off the right foot, Arthur, you wouldn't put it past him to fire this one goalwards, would you?
Well, he hit one in the first half, which was very wide, similar to the area he's in now.
Here comes Thwaites. He has had a go on! Jim Thwaites, that is spectacular. He has curled that past everybody and tucked it in at the near post. Another free kick special from Jim Thwaites, and United lead Blackburn by 3-0.
Well, we've seen him do that sort of most of the season, but the goalkeeper Taylor hasn't. He's scrambling across his line there and can only help that into the net. Fantastic effort again from Thwaites, who gave him a sort of scare in the first half, but he's got that off to a tee there, hasn't he, really?
The goalkeeper has to adopt that central position, because, you know, Jim Thwaites is capable of going far post too, so you can't cover off the near post too much, and he's tucked that just inside the post. It's a really good free kick from Jimmy Thwaites.
And when you're coming across, the keeper's actually trying to claw it out the net there, and you can only help it into the net in the end, really.
Well, after a goalless first 45 minutes, maybe had left Darren Fletcher's side a little frustrated. They have ridden the pressure of the early stages of the first half and are now in the box seat. Junior Brown into the middle, chance for Rooney, gets the shot away, it's well blocked. In fact, he's got plenty of power behind that right foot effort as well, considering he was off balance.
Yeah, just falling backwards a little bit. Good play by Alafu on that right-hand side, and eventually Brown with a cross.
Manchester City have equalised against Burnley. And what that means for the under-18s Premier League North table is that the points are currently dead level. It is only goal difference keeping Manchester City above Manchester United in the under-18s Premier League North table. Admittedly, Manchester City do have a single game in hand. Gap closed again. Had a couple more changes for Manchester United. Jerry Sharp onto the field. Koto as well. Two players to have left the field are Gabriel and Ajayi. Well, just over 15 minutes left to go in this game, and United have had a 10-minute spell, Arthur, where they've taken it away from Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, although they started off the second half, I thought a little bit more sort of combative and getting people up the pitch. United have got that all-important sort of goal goal from Rooney. The second one just gives them a little bit of breathing space, and then that third one from Thwaites, which is just killed it really, and hopefully they've done it in our favour.
And Koto into the penalty area, and Koto, can he get the shot or pass away? Rolls it through to Rooney. Rooney's dispossessed. McAvoy, it's a lovely turn. get himself out of trouble. Through to Rooney, back to McAvoy. McAvoy does get a shot in, but it's a weak one and safely into the hands of Taylor. Manchester United's women lead Everton by 1-0. Elizabeth Turland just before half-time, giving Mark Skinner's side a 1-0 advantage. That one available for you on the Manchester United Women's YouTube channel right now, so you can double screen, sat in your living room. Keep us on for the closing 15 minutes and watch the second half in its entirety of Manchester United's women's team taking on Everton at the Progress with Unity Stadium. Thwaites, scorer of the third for United. Absolute peach of a free kick from Jim Thwaites. Junior Brown. Halafu. McCormack. Not sure that's taken a deflection. I don't think it did. So will be a goal kick. And we're going to have changes here for Blackburn as well, I think. Looks like they're bringing on Walls and Clanford. See which players make way. First one to leave the field will be Mansbridge. Mansbridge off to be replaced by Clanford. Walls was the second one. Didn't spot who'd left the field. In fact, I have. It's Thomas Cryer for Archie Walls. Confirmation of that on your screen now. Good challenge from Halafu on his side of corner. I'm not sure he has. Yeah, it's actually a good decision from the referee. I think that has come off Halafu.
Yeah, he's done very well to spot that.
Well, this is a good opportunity for Blackburn Rovers. That's a really good save from Fred Heath. What a stop that is. Down low to his right-hand side. Big wrist, big strong hand, turns it away.
Yeah, he's not had a lot to do in the second half. Not much at all, but certainly dived down very quickly to his right-hand side there to keep that one out there.
For a tall goalkeeper, getting down that close to your feet is a real skill. So well done, Fred Heath, for keeping Blackburn to 0 as it stands. Sweeps the right-footed clearance up to Rooney and Koto. Koto plays it off the Blackburn attacker and had a play for a United throw.
Yeah, he's done well there, battling away with 2 yellow shots there, sort of around his ankles. Gets aside the throw-in.
Junior Brown. Just loses out, but McAvoy sweeping up behind him. McAvoy, McCormack, Halafu. Kokonki comes back down the line. Good body swerve from McCormack to get himself away. It's a good touch from Rooney too. Finds Halafu. Has options left and right. Picks out Brown. Brown across to Rooney. Rooney's effort off the post. What a move that is from Manchester United to give themselves the opportunity. It rattles the woodwork for the second time in the game and deflects away.
Yeah, just unlucky there, wasn't it? couldn't hit that any better. Just unfortunately beaten by the post again. Good play from United down this right-hand side. Good passing movements from the 4 players involved.
Headed down by Thwaites. Moved on by Kukonki. McCormack. Halafu. Again, it's Brown. Shah. Back to Halafu. Well, Rooney's done almost everything right, hasn't he? He's got it out from underneath his feet. He's hit it really well, and it's just faded towards that post.
Couldn't do any more. Keeper's well beaten. Just unfortunately done by the post this time again, from just like the one from Bradbury in the first half.
10 minutes to go. Kukonki. He's pulled back. Referee sees it. Free kick is given. Manchester City have turned it round against Burnley. They now lead by 2-1, which means it's as you were at the top of the Under-18s Premier League North table, with City leading by 2 points and with a game in hand. Shah. Halafu. Jim Thwaites to Godwill Kukonki. And Koto. Wriggles away from a couple of challenges. Rooney lurking. Has caught the Blackburn defender. Positive again around the penalty area, Arthur.
Yeah, get yourself over that 18-yard line and you're giving defenders a big problem, because it's not only can you get a shot away, but they've got to be spot on with their tackling. If they're going to go to the ground, they've got to make sure they get a touch on the ball.
Kukonki tries to get the clearance and actually comes off the back of, I think it's McAvoy. And out for a throw-in. Koto clearly pulled to the ground. The referee allowing play to continue.
It looked like it.
Rooney has done brilliantly fighting for that, and now he's in a really good position. Slides this through to Junior Brown. Junior Brown to wrap things up, big save. Chance for Shah, off the bar. Well, Manchester United with the opportunity to wrap things up after a brilliant break from Rooney, and the woodwork getting in the way again, Arthur.
Yeah, 2 of them had chances there. He's done well, Rooney there, slotting through the pass to Junior Brown. And then when it comes to Shah, you think he's going to bust the net here. Unfortunately, just a little bit too high, comes off the crossbar.
Shah. Thwaites gets away from that challenge and then looks for a clever one with the outside of the boot to put that through to Nkoto. Referee pulls it back for the initial foul on Jim Thwaites and hands out the yellow card as well. This was the opportunity for Junior Brown. It's a good save, isn't it, from Taylor, and then Shah just can't keep the shot down.
That's all they had to do. 2 of them had a chance there. As the substitutions are made and you get people getting tired, it's totally much more open than it was in the first half. Blackburn obviously made a lot of changes as well.
Keely Quinn has given away the free kick and he's already on a yellow card. We've had another card dished out In the meantime, Archie Walls is the player that was given the yellow card. Kokonki has to be aware of that, does really well with it. Away it comes as Clanford was trying to get after it. And Koto trying to shrug a couple off here. Physical encounter down that far side of the field, and then Shah catches his man. And the free kick is given, and we're into the final 5.
Yeah, and Koto done ever so well again, getting United 40, 50 yards further up the pitch on that left-hand side, but just crowded out in the end. Shah giving the free kick away.
Scythed clearance from Taylor. Ends up out of play. Yeah, I think that throw-in's been taken from the wrong place, and the referee would like it taken from the appropriate position. Squeezes under the boot of Mills. No real danger around him. Well, after a goalless first half, we could easily have had 5 or 6 goals in this second period.
No, quite easily. They've been a little bit more open, had more of a go at the start of the second half. Blackburn, to their cost, United have actually hit them with a sort of 3-goal margin.
Good tackle from Shah. Rooney lifts this out towards Nkoto. Headed out of play for a United throw-in. Thwaites plays the ball back inside the United half, and Mills rolls his foot over the ball. I think Junior Brown was anticipating that going a little bit further than it did. Ends up out of play.
Just held up a bit, trying to bend that in. It looks as if it stayed in, but the linesman's obviously seen it's just gone out and come back in.
I think the assistant referee caught one on the top of the boot there as well. I think he's all right though. McCoy. Yeah, goes between two, does very well. It's a good cross too from Lister, but cleared away by United. Low to Kelly Quinn. Across to McElroy. And a play, far side of the field. And Kokonki will take his time to go and fetch this one. Mills launches the left footer downfield. Rooney looks to get on the end of it, wrestling for it. Won't quite get there, eventually goes out for a Blackburn throw-in into the final 60 seconds. Second half, Arthur, has been highly entertaining, hasn't it?
United have done everything right, similar to the first. They couldn't get the goals in the first half, but they've certainly managed to do that in the second half and run away with a 3-0 result in the end, and hopefully keeping the pressure on at the top of the league, chasing down our rivals from over the city. Yeah, solid performances again. Starting at the back and then building your way through to the midfield players and the strikers.
I'd imagine that we'll have 2 or 3 minutes added on at the end of the game. Won't be much more than that. We haven't had any stoppages for anything other than goals and substitutions. Halafu. Mills out to Kokonki.
He's done well. I was just going to say he's done well powering forward in the last minute of the game, really. Still full of energy, Kokonki.
Well, as I say, he's had an excellent week. That England call-up will have done his confidence the world of good, and he's had a couple of good games for United as well. Captain today for the Reds. Taylor. Rooney's after this again. Slides in to win it. Doesn't get enough on it, says the referee. And Rooney is going to go in the referee's notebook. He was desperate to slide in and win that one back, wasn't he? The referee thinks he's done too much. Referee pops the cards back in his pocket, and into the closing stages of this one we go. Down the left comes Lowe. Considering this is his second position of the game, got to say that Rafe McCormack has done excellently, depping at centre-back.
Yeah, adaptable and looks good in every position he's put in. At this young age, that's what you get asked. Copes with it very well.
Thwaites to Nkoto, and then Rooney gets caught by McElroy. A couple of famous United names involved in that incident. Halafu. McCormack. Shah stretching to recover the ball after a slightly heavy touch. Does exactly that. And then one by McAvoy to Rooney. Rooney tries to give it back to McAvoy. Fights for it again on the edge of the D. Maybe a little unfortunate not to come away with that.
Yeah, just crowded out by 2 yellow shots surrounding him there.
Chance maybe in the closing stages for Blackburn Rovers. The effort over the top, and the referee sees fit to bring the game to a close. Manchester United run out 3-0 winners, and a really good performance. Scoring opened by Gabriel from the penalty spot after he was brought down inside the penalty area, turned away from the tackler and brought to ground, converted the penalty into the bottom right-hand corner. Rooney on as the second half substitute was the second one, and he managed to smash home from close range. And then Jim Thwaites with the pick of the bunch, a peach of a free kick from the left-hand side, bent in at the near post to give Manchester United a 3-goal lead. And at full time at the Carrington Training Centre, Manchester United have beaten Blackburn Rovers by those 3-0. Arthur, a really good performance from this Manchester United side after it was made very difficult for them by Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, they gave a good account of themselves Blackburn in the first half, but they were overpowered by United in the second. Once they got the first goal, then they got the second one, the sort of floodgates opened a little bit, which you would expect. I think in the second half, people get tired and there's a lot of substitutions made.
Yeah, I think Kai Rooney coming onto the field gave a real impetus as well, didn't he? And that's the difference between the two sides. Here's how the game went. Well, this was the penalty incident that gave Manchester United the opportunity from 12 yards, and as he turns away, clearly brought down inside the penalty area.
Yeah, no arguments there. Referee only 4 or 5 metres away. Good play down this right-hand side, Halafu, and then into Gabriel. The legs taken from him.
Yeah, definitely contact. And he converted the penalty really well. Sent the keeper the wrong way to give United a 1-0 lead. And any penalty he scores a good penalty, Arthur.
Of course it doesn't matter how it goes in, but he just sort of just side foots that in the bottom room, the left-hand corner.
21 goals for the season for Gabriel. High fives all round after he broke the deadlock. Well, Rooney was onto the field, and there were opportunities left and right, and as this came through to him, he turns, strikes it goalwards, squeezed it underneath the keeper.
Yeah, good play on the right-hand side by Brown and Halafu. When it comes to Rooney, just turns with the ball, gets it on his left foot. Keeper won't be good, or won't be happy seeing that again, but nevertheless, the goal is goal-bound, and it's an important second goal.
Managed to hit the post as well, Kai Rooney. After he came onto the field, and he slid through Junior Brown for an opportunity that was saved by the goalkeeper, that went on to Jarius Shah, who hit the crossbar, and then we end up at this juncture, and that is a peach from Jim Thwaites.
Yeah, we've seen him do that all season, and the keeper can't get across his goal line there and helps the ball into the net in the end.
Yeah, really good, and he just clips it over the wall, tucks it in the near post. Keeper's got no chance, and is a excellent dead ball delivery from a player who has quickly become a specialist in those situations. Manchester United then had 3, and a well-deserved victory against the Blackburn side, it has to be said, that made life very difficult for Manchester United over the course of 90 minutes. A beautiful day at Carrington, and a brilliant scoreline for Manchester United's young under-18 side. They have deservedly beaten Blackburn Rovers by 3-0.
Long throw into the penalty area, is headed away by Voltemada, met by Patrick Dorgu! Oh, it's a screamer! What a way to score your first ever Manchester United goal! Patrick Dorgu on the volley from the edge of the 18-yard